welcome back to Skyrim mod comparisons. So in this video I'll be looking at 3 mods that basically allow you to have things crafted for you by other things. You can have a follower crafting it, or a blacksmith, or Yorland Greymane. So it's kind of cool, because it basically allows you to have someone else create it for you without you having to level up your smithing and spend hours grinding away making lots of iron daggers just so you can reach that Daedric perk, which takes hours and hours and hours, and it is a real pain. So these mods completely remove that, and all you have to do is just go up to someone and they'll make it for you, as long as you have the materials. So the 3 mods are FCC, which stands for Followers Can Craft, Sharpe Craftsmanship Made to Order, and Helpful Blacksmith. So the first one we're going to look at is FCC. So yeah, let's go straight onto it. So to get started with this mod, the first thing you want to do is get a follower, quite obviously. And as soon as you have a follower, so here I'm picking up my Thane, I'll ask him to go to the anvil and start using it. Now instead of saying he can't do that, he will actually walk up to it and start using it. Now in order to do this, you either hold E or use the dialogue option, I need you to do something. And then you select the anvil. Now basically the menu will pop up, and as you can see, everything is available to craft. And the more they smith, just like you, they'll level up, and the more they level up, the more they can craft. So this is just like the vanilla system you have with your own character, apart from it's for followers, which is pretty cool. You can have them slaving away while you sit back and relax, or more than likely fight a dragon. That's what usually happens when I do these kind of things. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this mod. It was absolutely great fun to just sit there and watch as your follower does all the work for you. And it's a lot more immersive as well, because if you want a follower that's a smith, and you don't want to have to do it all, they can do it, and it's just perfectly immersive. Realistic, fits in well with the game, and is overall a great enhancement. So anyway, that's it for this mod. That's pretty much all it does, and we'll move on to the next. So in order to use Sharpe Craftsmanship, you will basically have to go to Whiterun and have to go to Yorland Greymane, the best smith in all of Skyrim. And he has decided he will rent out his services to the rest of the world. So basically, when you go there to the Skyforge, there is a little book on the side. And this book basically allows you to order custom items. And now this allows you to basically order anything, so you don't need any perks or anything. You can order Daedric armor as long as you have the materials without needing any perks. So yeah, this is pretty useful. It sure to save me a lot of time in the early days. So basically, once you've ordered your armor, you go up to Yorland and you say, I would like my order, and he will give it to you and take the gold. So then finally you'll receive your brand new shiny sword, made with love from Yorland Greymane. In all seriousness though, it is an absolutely amazingly useful mod, and the way it's delivered I think is absolutely great. And another thing I've got to mention, of course, is that you can basically go up to him and say, I haven't got the money ready yet, and he will say, well, not my problem, but you'll hold on to the order, and then you can come back at any time and pay for it again. So that's kind of cool. If you're running low on gold, you can order something, and then basically save up for it, go to Whiterun, collect it, and there you are, sorted. So the last mod basically makes blacksmiths much more helpful, as the title suggests. They will now actually forge you something if you ask them to, and improve weapons and armor as well. Now a few things to note before I talk about how you do this. I did experience some crashing when trying to make weapons from mods like immersive weapons and immersive armors. I hadn't had this problem since, but the first time it did cause a CTD, so just heads up on that. If you are getting crashing from it, you might want to contact the mod author, see if there's some kind of patch or fix he can make for it. But since then it's worked absolutely fine, so there's no problems with it at the moment. So basically you get 3 new options added to the blacksmiths. And these options allow you to ask them to improve your weapons, improve your armor, or forge you something. And this will bring up the respective menus, and then you do exactly what you normally would do as you craft. Now if you do want to craft all the items in the game, you'll have to meet certain conditions for each blacksmith. And each blacksmith also has a different skill level, so as you can imagine, Yorland is the best blacksmith, and Alvor is the worst. Just needs a bit of practice, I think. And the conditions vary as well. So for Alvor, you'll have to have gone to Riverwood and met him with Hadvar, and then for Adrian, you'll have to get the Greatsword for a Great Man quest completed, and so on. And have to be in the companions for Yorland, and you have to join the Imperial Legion for the guy who I can't remember the name of in Solitude. So yeah, there's basically conditions you have to meet, and then they become your friends, and they will let you have armor and weapons made for you. So what's my favourite mod, and what's my decision? and I found it very hard to make a decision. Helpful Blacksmith's great if you just want to jump into a town and just get something done quickly, but then again, I absolutely love the idea of having to go to Whiterun and get your weapons custom ordered from Yorland. I think that's an absolutely amazing idea. But then again, FCC is just as good. You get your followers to do all the work for you, which I must admit is very fun. But after long thought and decision, and by long I mean around 20 minutes, I've decided on the Sharpe Craftsmanship made to order. Because that is just by far my favourite. The fact that you get to go to Yorland and order it custom and then get it delivered, I think that's just really immersive and quite cool. You know, it makes it interesting. It adds something more interesting to the Skyforge rather than just a fancy looking forge, I guess. Yep, so that's it. If you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to compare, leave them in the comments. I'll add them to the list, and I've recently put them on the Skyrim mod comparison page on the Nexus. So if you've got anything you want to suggest, make sure you check that first in case it's already down there, because I don't want to accidentally put too many things on the list and get myself confused, because there's a lot on there already if you take a look at it. The link's in the description. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another episode of Skyrim mod comparison.